I just hate to play against him. I just wanted to. I was thinking about making a really bad joke here, but so like I hate to play against him. Yeah, Archie Agael was a player that seemed to be quite new to the scene. Like he didn't seem to quite know what to do with more than 3 villages in the beginning, which I can completely understand. But yeah, there was something. Death of Man takes forever. That doesn't look good. Oh, okay. There we are. And Death of Man has been disconnected. That doesn't matter. He said he will just stay by and watch. I think that's also what's going to happen. I hope at least. So the game is paused for the moment, which gives us time to appreciate the beauty of snow. By the way, I can actually, in the options, put the graphics a little bit higher. At least for the... That's looking nice, doesn't it? At least for the game, the casting. Bloom, I don't think I want Bloom. At least just a little bit. Okay, so we would have, if this game... You had an arena shown with Britons a few days ago, random Vietnamese, that was actually fun. Yeah. Yeah. Imperial Skirms is just so good. And also you have the bombard cannons, which can deal with the Chasco. And also, we had... Actually, we tried it out, like Hooker and me tried it out. Onagers works super well against Vietnamese. And Vietnamese also have also deadly battle elephants, which can be used quite well. But let's go into the game here. We have Inception, the Persian guy being next to Sarnia, the Portuguese, and the Britons, Vive la Mer. And we have Geology Wade. Should be something like an 1100-ish guy, I think, with the Byzantines over here. I think On the Unknown is a pick that I would also like to go for. So something to keep in mind. Then we have the Mongols down here. We have the Persians quite here, which if he discovers the water could be quite devastating because Persians obviously still one of the strongest hybrid civilizations. And we have the Frankish player here. So I think this guy... Gameface, thanks for the post. I think this guy here, this Persian guy, I don't know what his ELO is, but those two guys actually have an awesome spot on the map. They have water in the background, and they have Death of Man, who has been dropping, so they can actually make use of the resource. And why I say that this guy is actually having a great position is that I saw that actually this Franks player didn't seem to be too hot in the beginning, although this beginning looks not too bad. Let's look at the village account that we have already up. We have... This idle number is definitely false. We have 19 villagers here for La Mer and Inception, where you can already see a little bit of skill, and Sania and Geology. So those are the two to re-watch out. Death of Man is obviously at 12. The Persian and the Frankish guy are struggling a little bit, already being 5 villager behind. So I think this guy actually has a decent chance because he just has place to boom as long as nobody takes him out. And this, the Portuguese Sania already scouts that... No, this is Gaia. This is not one of it. Is it a 5? No. Oops. Sorry, my bad. Pro streamer. Sorry, there was a hotkey to actually change the player here, but I obviously screwed it over. Okay, doesn't matter. Did he find... Yes, he knows. He saw already that the sheep is taken. He takes sheep from the others. And he could be aware already that this could be Gray's space. As soon as he realized that, that is really good. There's also some sheep being taken. I don't think too much. He's also going for hunt with the Persians immediately to just secure probably as many resources as possible. X Factor down here being also with the hunt, the Mongols. Obviously a big advantage in the early game with 24 villages, but already having such good hunt. But here, if he should discover this with the 6th year, that is something that he can exploit with his Mongol bonus quite a lot. The Byzantine guy here didn't actually quite find yet his sheep, but is already at 27 villages. He's a proper Byzantine, going super defensive with his approach here, not even going out to find his sheep. 856 for Master Bait. Yeah, that is something that you'll probably not survive the this game. He has probably his king in here. You can see it already in the points. Over here we have, unfortunately, with the greatest spawning, really, we have probably the 2 players that like to take it a little bit slower, which is fine, I guess, but they, after a while, will be overrun. As long as the strong players don't try to get onto each other's throat. I think this is one of the fun things about free-for-all, that the strong players are sometimes battling it out so much that the Chinese saying is true. If two tigers are fighting, wait until one tiger's dead and the other one is wounded, and then you can go in. And until then, you wait on the mountain and don't get involved. So the British guy also doing very well, doing with the sheep bonus, which is a great Dark Age bonus for getting up. We have, if we can't sort it for villager count, but we have the Frankish guy already being feudal age, but far too early here with 22 villagers. The most guys, especially with the more villagers, I think it's worth it to just go for a faster castle, especially just because you have this castle in your base, so you can't make use of the castle instead of just for defensive purpose if you are not castle age. So it is worth to probably go a little bit higher. If somebody should go with like 5-6 scouts though, it probably would be worth to just take one villager to wall your sides a little bit, to just be a little bit more secure, especially on your vulnerable resources like gold. We have, let's go from top to bottom, we have here coming up market and blacksmith, nothing else. Barbarian with the host and the follow. Thank you very much for that. We have here, I don't know if I agree with that, because we have a barracks here, so I don't know if I agree with the market and the blacksmith. You don't necessarily need the market at the beginning. Why don't just go with the Portuguese for an archery range in the beginning, so that you can already start to produce some army, which you're going to do anyway after a certain time. And here also we have the market. I don't agree with the market, like, I don't know. And it seems like our player 1 here. Oh, okay, sorry for this one. I have to look for hotkeys and to spectating how to actually change from watch player to... Ah, yeah, okay, got it. Okay, so we want player... this one here. Oh, they're not... like, player 1 is on player 2 number. Thanks, DE. So he seems to struggle with his... he doesn't have the second building. He has definitely the resources, so I'm really wondering what he's actually doing. If he's going to try to go for a fast imp or something like this. Could be, but he lacks the second building. He does a market. I don't agree with both choices. We have the British guy also going with a market. Why does everyone do a market? I think blacksmith and military buildings would be far more important. I mean, yes, your king is safe, but if you have 5 to 10 archers here, you still don't have gold. And it's not even that you get killed, but you get set behind. We have the Byzantines here also with a market, blacksmith, and a barracks. And we have the first ones arriving in Castle Age, which is the Persian, and we have the Byzantine and the British guys. So this guy here, Inception 85 with the Persians, is surrounded by 3 people who are in Castle Age. He has the blacksmith, and he is also on his way to Castle Age now, but this certainly is not a comfortable position. Let's go into the... I need this guy. Oh, I cannot do this. Sorry. I have to deactivate the hotkeys in OBS with that. He knows now these resources are free. As soon as he takes down this castle, those resources are free, and blue is on the other side. So that is something that he will be aware of, and if I were him, I would leave this guy alone. I would focus on getting 3 rams up, ramming this down, and searching who is next here. Because if he sees this is red here, then he's going, guys, have some fun brawling with each other. I'm going to go over here and just boom the hell out of this. Especially if Portuguese, that I think is not the strongest civ, is something that you really want to do. So we have here the Mongols, who still didn't arrive in Castle Age, which he just clicked now. Something has gone wrong with this build in his place. So do we have already some military up and fighting? Now we have a simple boom going on. The Briton going with his wood bonus that they have as a civiliatory bonus. The town centers cost minus 50% wood. Going for 4 TC boom. The Byzantines being on going just up with the 3rd TC. The Mongols just going to the Castle Age, being a bit on a stonewalling side. Would be interesting to actually see what he sees. He does see that his enemy over here is one of the weaker ones, so that's maybe something you should focus on. And leave this guy alone. You want to prey on the weak ones in freefall. You don't want to use your force to go and hurt yourself with losing forces to the strong enemies. I completely disagree with this block. Those, first, idle villagers, idle fishing ships, this dock here, this costs so much wood. You have idle villagers and it's just shorefish, so the collection rate is really, really slow. And you just go with some fishing traps now that are not in a good spot, and it's, in my opinion, completely not worth it. Yeah, that is true. Well, learn to balance your eco, right? But this is not only low eco. Like, you have several 1300s here. You have also 800. Like, this is round about the range. Like, from 800 to 1300 is round about the range of elo that you see of players here. So I think like the 1300 elo players, they know a little bit. Okay, I need round about this amount of villagers to sustain villager production from several TCs. I know I need round about those this many villagers to sustain production of 2 archery ranges for constant crossbow production, stuff like that. They know this stuff. So, for the 800 players, I understand that. Like, you wanna be able to. Oh my god, I'm floating 800 wood. I need 200 gold. Let's just have a market. There's truth in that. Okay, so we have the Britain's guy here, booming like crazy. He should be already. Oh yeah, look at this. He is at 64 villagers, as much as the Persian guy with the faster working TCs. This is so crazy. Like, the Persian guy has been behind in age, but his TCs are just working so much faster now. He's in constant production that he can keep up with the 4 TC boom of the British guy. Next to the... Oh no, this is Portuguese. Sorry, my bad, guys. My bad. Then it must be a mistake by the British guy. This must be a mistake by the British guy. Then he didn't have constant production, and he failed a little bit with the villager assignment from feudal to castle age. And so this Portuguese guy is just doing a great job. And he is next to the Persian guy with the faster working TCs that is on 3 TCs, having 2 siege workshops, despite of that, not really much, maybe going for snipe, and having 3 archery ranges, and we don't see much military going on, so there are no early snipes here, everyone being really scared about his neighbors here. The Mongol guy going with the Chinese wall, some cultural adaptation here. And he's walling to his weakest opponent. I don't agree with that. Wall heavily to your Byzantine opponent, build up a little army, and just try to take in one sweep to take out this guy. So this is what I would suggest. And I don't really see that he is walling off so valuable resources. Like if you wall over here, the amount of stone that he invests here is definitely nearly a castle. And a castle from a Mongol is worth a lot because you want to get to this elite Mangudai Hussar combination army. By the way, if I'm speaking too much or something like that, you guys have to tell me. I didn't cast for a long time. And if I'm just like, your brain gets fuzzy because, yeah, I'm speaking too much, just tell me. I don't mind speaking less. So, he is flooding definitely a lot of gold and not doing very much with it, which means he should go and just take, you have 11 on gold, just take some boom a bit heavier, yeah, you have 2 or 3 on stone, that's good. He has 3 TCs up, but not even that much running. He has 19 on food, which is exactly the number that you need to make 3 TCs running. Okay, so he's fine. Yeah, he has the 3 TCs running, having to the second caster going up. And a Mongol is a guy that you need to attack before he gets to post-imperial. They don't have the most impressive trash, but they have awesome hussars. So even in this time, they are being quite good. And I'm not a fan of the Portuguese guy. What protects him at the moment are his points, and that he is collecting relics, which he did well. He has, if we go to his point of view, he has here 2 relics already, so he's getting that for the late game. And obviously, the Portuguese are probably one of the civilizations that are having in so far the best trash, as they don't need to have the best trash, because with the Phytoria in post-imp, if they get to this point where they have a stable Phytoria economy, they could be insane. We have the 4th player, Vivlamer, being the first one going to Imperial. He is full 4 TC, 5 TC booming, full greed coming up here. I don't see a single military building, and that's what I mean. If you don't go to the enemy, and there's a guy who really knows how to go booming. I don't like the wood line here, he should build lumber camp. But despite of that, he has an insane economy. I'm pretty sure if we go to this one, he has the most villages. No, he doesn't. The Portuguese still has the most villages, which is absolutely stunning to me, because he still is on 1 TC less than the British guy. So the British guy has 5 TCs, but is actually has less of an economy with his villagers. Okay, so we have 132 villagers on Tanahid. Bear in mind, we have 300 pop. So we don't have the usual 140 villagers. You probably want something like 180, 200 villagers, depending on what army you're going on. This kind of stuff. We have the lowest amount of villagers with our Frankish guy here, who really struggles. He just has a 2nd TC running. Is the 3rd TC. He doesn't have the necessary economy for that. We have also the Persian guy, who is just sitting at 74 villagers, and we have the Mongol guy, who's also struggling a little bit. Thanks, man. Thanks, I want the codings. I try my very best. I think 8-player free-for-all is probably one of the cast heaviest formats that you could find there. Like in 1 vs 1, I promise I'm not such an Orient gun of a commentator. But here, there's just so much going on, and I really want to cover most of the stuff. So what's going on here is the Persian guy wants to be a little bit safe, wants to see what's going on also with some outposts, as well as does the Portuguese guy, which is something that you should really adapt in an 8-player free-for-all, possibly because you want to know what your enemy is doing. And as soon as you are knowing that, you're just more safe. So this outpost is something that I will definitely adapt for my match that is going to happen after this one. Here's go with the oil guns. I disagree because I know the oil gun is a meme unit, but I disagree with the oil gun for a match like this because you don't know what the enemy is doing, and oil gun actually, we tried it out, is a terrible unit. I don't know, Huka, correct me if I'm saying something wrong, but wasn't it like 10 oil guns lose against 10 arbalists now? So, and this is something like, if you look at the stats here, they have 6 pierce armor. So this is actually something they are designed to be good against. We have other people already being Imperial Age, nearly everybody being or approaching Imperial Age now, so we're getting into the phase where also the new players know now the time for taking off the gloves and actually getting into the action. 10 against 15. I didn't see anything, but maybe that's something they didn't really write. The Portuguese desperately and the Mongols desperately searching for some relics. There is down here a relic, and now it should slowly but surely start. The British guy has a great eco. I don't see any military yet, which makes me worried for him, to be honest. He is sneaking at TC. What? What is this TC? Holy moly. He is, this is, I have some guys that I'm playing with occasionally. This is reminding me of some of them. Main thing is eco, nothing goes beyond, which is a weakness of mine, by the way. This is my biggest weakness as a player, is my eco play is just not on top at all. The Persian's going with the commander and crossbows, not wanting to, I think it's the main reason. He doesn't want to waste any resources, which is why he goes with just some manganese and just some commander and crossbows, which I'm pretty sure he has already researched. Let me just look this up. I can't see this, but I'm pretty sure. So he just doesn't want to waste resources, which could be a good idea in the long run, as long as you don't get screwed in the short run. And the Britain going for, is it the 7th town center now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, he's 8 town centers. What the hell, man? How much military does he have? He has 0, literally 0 military. If somebody sneezes at him, he's dying. Finally, he's getting out of archery ranges. Ah, okay. Seems to be fixed. Okay, good. That's good to know. That's good to know. So it might be actually worth it. And the hand cannoneers, so that could be actually an interesting push here. With full, how do you say? Full gunpowder approach here. And I don't know whether this army really stands a chance against this. I mean, a lot of crossbows maybe are not too bad. Could be a really interesting battle here. I would probably put the crossbows here. Just break this palisade gate. I mean, it's a palisade gate, and just cause him to come back and stop damaging your stuff. Okay, what does the Brit guy is so happy that the Byzantine leaves him alone. He can fish in peace. And he's just having a slacky time. Where the Mongol guy is under heavy pressure, as it seems he had been trapped. And here's the Byzantine Chief Crash with some cap rams, who has taken down already a Mongol castle, which is terrifying for the Mongol, because that's exactly what he needs. Sorry, the Persian going for the Paladin tech now. Oi, sorry. Getting up some stables. Going for the Paladin, realizing I need those gold units. I think this, I don't know how this goes. Oh, come on, like, come on! Control them in, and not this formation. Okay, this doesn't actually still look too bad. I think gold-wise should be okay, because it's just mangonels, and it's just such a choky spot. Look at this, how this is going down. Like, honestly, the Persian does not care too much about those commander runs. I mean, wood in the long run could become an issue, but gold in the beginning is far more it. And what he should be really worried about is the Brit with his insane eco with 200... No, with, yeah, 210, 200... Yeah, I think 210, something like that. Army. And on the other hand, Sina also having 200 or 170 villages. I don't even know. Like, this should tell. No, it doesn't. Okay, the stuff is a little bit irritating because it says villager here, but I think it's just actually population. So there's military into that. I don't know about this. I don't like to throw away your Orient guns like this. But he gets a good sustained production back here. So this could be something that is just worth the gold that he puts into. And this is so nice. Like, he is in such a great position because Death of Man dropped. Imagine he would have had an enemy also here, and Death of Man just would have to deal with this guy. Like, Death of Man would have such a good time. And it actually happens as I predicted a little bit in the beginning, which is that the two weakest players are being left alone, and the stronger players are wanting to get rid of the concurrents. And I'm really irritated, like, also the Byzantine guy doing, I think, a decent job with just taking the Mongol on and staying a little bit under the radar. But what is really, really, really threatening is the British guy. I'm still not convinced, like, he doesn't have even close... Let me look at his resources. He must have... See? Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh! Look at this! Oh my god! Imagine one of those guys would have gone with full army to the Brit. Okay, now comes the production insanity. And he will probably go to fight the Portuguese, which makes sense. So, to luck comes skill, to be honest. He knows, okay, like, I need to take out the strongest guy, because otherwise I might be overrun. And the Portuguese guy won't be able to stand it, because the Persian guy is holding, so his army is depleted. And if the Briton goes and he can sustain the full production here for a while, just because he has the resources, not because of his distribution, and he also can actually build, like, nearly 9 castles. And so the traps, the arbalest spam, maybe even the longbows will be just so devastating. And now the question is, can you actually handle the amount of population as Viva le Omer? And are you used to that? He seems to be used to free for all games. Like, his approach seems so free for all-ish with 300 pop and stuff like that. There seems to be some experience about it. Why not take out this castle? We've just sent 2 bombard cannons here. Take this castle out. You have bombard cannons like crazy, and that's it. And then you have a base to fall back on. probably, like, this is something that we have to see how it turns out, because I'm not too experienced. But this is something, if he should fall, if Salnia should fall, I think I pronounced, I probably butchered this nickname completely, but I think then what I would argue he should have done is actually take this out, spam over here like your eco, and actually just run to this guy and just stay a little bit under the radar. Because now you have to deal also with this, with the cap drum spam, with the Arbalest spam, and you probably cannot deal with this. Like, can you switch attention enough, and did you maybe anger the Persian guy enough that that he comes back at you instead of actually dealing with the Brit, which the Persian guy definitely should do, because he's caught in between the Persian and the British guy, and as soon as the Brit would be done with the Portuguese, he would be simply devoured. Fincredible, first welcome to the stream. There is no real bracket here. So the tournament basically consists of several matches where each player just plays one free-for-all game, and the two remaining the two last survivors of each free-for-all go to the final free-for-all round, which will happen on Sunday at 18 GMT. And this is the first game that ever happens, and the next game will be with me after this one happens. So this is a huge deal now. This is a huge deal. How do you stop this? Where's his king? Let me see where his king is. Let me see where his king is. Is it? It's in this castle, right? Yeah, okay. Okay, so this is by no means over, but imagine he wouldn't have this castle and this TC here, and he would have just taken it out and just expanded a little bit over here. So the British guy, he would go in, and the Portuguese guy would be, okay, you can do that, I will try to fight it off. But if I don't, then I still have a base to fall back on. So you need to use this backup plans. It's 2 games today, 2 games tomorrow. If 2 survivors advance to the finals, is the finals for it. I think it's still, again, 8 players free for all, but this is just my guessing. This is the main fight. Look how peaceful it is. Nobody's like, he has the Mongol guy also struggles. I think the Mongol guy is dead. The Mongol guy is dead. The Byzantine doing a great job going over here. The Mongol guy just walled himself off to the Persian guy, which actually cost him dearly. If he would have gone a little bit to the Persian guy and would have tried to get him off, then he probably wouldn't have had such a bad idea here. But maybe even the Byzantine and the Brits have a silent agreement, like, let's not touch each other and let's deal with our respective partners. And it's working quite well. Like, the Byzantine goes full here, doesn't pay any attention to the British guy, who's right next in his neighborhood. Nobody pays attention to the British guy. And even the Portuguese is like, I don't care if I'm drawn out. I like to kill the Persian guy. So where has the Persian guy actually... Does he have his king here? Let me see. Does he have his king here? Oh, oh no, I didn't see it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Okay, so here. He got him here with the cap drums. Big mistake by the Portuguese to not fall back immediately and kill him. So that is how the Persian survives. And probably the British should take this out completely. Should make just a little turnaround, sweep this out. And he has suddenly, if he sweeps, the Persian guy is also defeated. Sorry, I also didn't get that. So this is the next guy who's probably getting out. Where does he have... Here must be the... This must be the position of the king. Yes, the Mongol guy is the next one who is getting drawn out. I'm sorry, guys. The British guy seems to have half of the map, so I think this is decided. The last 2 survivors, if anyone, if yellow and orange should agree. Where's the king? Where's the green king? Must be somewhere. Green is not dead. He's still there. So, where's the king? Did he hide him somewhere? Is he somewhere here? He's not here. Ah, he must be here. He must be here. Sneaky green. Sneaky green. He must be here. Yes, there's the king. So the Byzantine guy made the Mongol guy dead. The British guy just cleans up here. What does the Persian guy do? He doesn't have anything anymore. He's complete. He's dead. Baradin, get your stuff together. He's dead. Okay. So the Mongol guy trying desperately to reboom and to find some space and hoping that the Byzantine guy should decide that actually the greatest threat is the Brits guy, where he would be right. And you could think, like, the British guy could think, hey, you know what? You know who I want to have in the final. How do I not see anything of this? Oh god, I'm sorry, I didn't even see that the Franks guy was attacking. So the second Persian is also out. I'm sorry, he was here taking down this castle, killing the Persian. So this guy is out. And if I were the Brits, I would probably say, okay, if I take out the Byzantine guy and the Mongol guy is out, then I just have to deal with the Franks guy, who doesn't seem to be that good in the next round. So that could be good. Okay, the siege ram and the trash push is doing quite some work, and he tries, but where should he go? Just a second. Yes. Oh no, I don't. But like, you have to order. Maybe. Okay, so sorry for that. So let's see, we have the Mongol is alive, the Frank guy is alive, the Briton is alive, and the Byzantine is alive. I'm sorry that I missed those. But this is... like, it's happening so much. He is freeing all this space here with his rams. I don't know whether that's called wasting time. How is the Byzantine allowing this here? They must have teamed up. Like, they must have a truce to say, okay, we two are actually moving on. Which, I don't know. Because nobody would leave the Brit alone like this. Like, the Brit has double the points of everyone else. So they must have an agreement on this. But even the red guy is not touching yellow. Why is nobody touching yellow? What the hell? This is so weird. And probably now the Briton guy is just waiting until the Byzantine has finished his job here. Mass Scorpions and Mass Hussars. Actually not the worst combination, but it's just too little too late. Like, I mean, he is at 80 pop, the Byzantine is at 300 pop. So this is just... Here is the king inside, and now maybe that's the first king snipe that I get. Here he is. Here he is. Here he is. He is going away. Where's all this pop? Where's all your army, dude? Just have skirmishers here? What the hell is that? Yeah, that's your priority. Go for the lumber camp. Go for it. Let the hussars snipe everything. Okay, so now the king is back here, but there's nobody he can really run to. You can try to hide him somewhere, but even this is walled off completely, so yeah. There's nothing really to run to. And here simply is no army. The Briton guy only being destroying the leftovers, losing some stuff to the leftover armies. It's such a shame. I think the Portuguese guy was this typical, I boom so hard that I get the attention of others and I don't evade, like I don't have a backup plan, and once I get overwhelmed, I'm done. This is probably how he can sum up his fate. I would like to actually make the game a bit faster, but because the British guy and the Byzantine guy don't do anything to each other, it's actually quite boring. Like imagine just one time with the siege rams fully equipped, the Byzantine guy going in and just sniping the king. Just snipe it. Just one time, go in, through here, run in, snipe it. The British guy is GG. This is the stuff that I think he should have done. That would be funny, but they have, yeah. Look at this. 1, 2. He has also the relics. Like yellow basically can do whatever he wants. So to see something happening, where is actually this is the army of red. Red is at 129 pop, which is nothing really. So he really just tries to stay under the radar. That's the game plan. If nobody sees me, nobody can hurt me. That's the game plan here. This is where the scorpions are just really nice. Like you just snipe it. I would snipe the cataphracts and the by the way, cataphracts having really low pierce armor and also denying all the anti-cavalry damage, you probably are better off with scorpions and arbalests than anything else, or mangodai. Yeah, so he survives for the moment because the Byzantine is not clever enough to take it. And the British guy, did he finally go somewhere where it gets more interesting? No, he doesn't. He still has, like, he runs around with his rams and kills a little bit some buildings, but I think actually he has 15 cav archers, he has 6 cavalry, and that's it. He doesn't have any army. I have to say, I call a lack of sportsmanship here from orange and yellow, because they're just teaming up and nobody else did, clearly. So yeah. And they are dragging on this game just unnecessarily, to be honest. I mean, look at those resources. This is insane. Like, if I should advance, which I doubt that I will do, but if I should, Viva la Omer will be my priority target. Because he's booming very much, he has a very low military approach. So, and you see how deadly he is if you let him boom. Not just because sportsmanship stuff, that is also something, but just because of the lack of sportsmanship. And he can just run in and kill red, and then afterwards they kill Mongol. Like, even that would be more entertaining here than this stuff. What they're doing right now, because they're just moving villagers from left to right. And that's it, basically. Blue does us some favor, killing some Brits. And this is just insanity. Like, you have 300 pop. You should be able to deal with this army. I don't know what the Byzantine guy is doing. Just get in there with quite some siege rams. Just get in here and just ram it through. Or just go around, even that. Like, anything. Or, what I would love the most, hit the Brit. But also the Franks guy, like, he doesn't do anything. He just really wants to stay under the radar. Ah, sheep. Now he can boost his economy. I mean, he lacks some food. There's good lumber camp. Yeah, it happens. With 300 pop, it happens. Because if you're all over the map, you don't pay attention to everything. I don't want to be unfair. Will happen to me a lot when I'm playing. Definitely. Okay, here comes some onagers. Here comes some skirms. I mean, you should realize by now that against the scorpions, skirms, you know, you don't really cut it. Especially not like this. Oh, oh, look at this. Ouch. Well, that was entertaining. That was entertaining. And now you have to bring the scorps around. That is the main problem, you know. You have to bring the scorps around. Or you have to create those choke points that... yeah, but the Mongol does actually do this job. Like, if he brings those around to just kill the onagers, he knows his unit stuff. Just he just doesn't have the space anymore to actually do something. I mean, he even creates a castle here, and now the king is in here. So, yeah. Yeah, look at... This is everything he has. No eco, no place. Even if he would run into this castle. So, yeah. I mean, the honor demands that you let the king be killed. But... So did the Paladin army die? No, it's here. I was wondering, like, what happened to the Frankish Paladin army? It doesn't seem to use it. I think Viva la Omer really enjoys his tea right now, watching the map. Oh yeah, and green just runs around. Yeah, so how are you guys doing? There's an attack going on. Guys, Yellow is going for the Byzantine. He attacked a house. Is the Byzantine going back now? Or does he stay in? I cannot believe this happens. It just took like 30 minutes. And then he realized, I can make army. They go, what are those? Those must be units. Wow. Look at there. Orange isn't yellow. Maybe that's an enemy. I could actually go there. Whereas the Byzantine king being in here, quite a way to go. But maybe, just maybe, you have the king hiding behind the house. No, where's the king? Where's the king? Is he here? Yeah, that's the king. Go in your town center, trying to occupy some space, and just hoping that the Byzantine finally gets off of here and has to be busy with the Brit. Yes! Nice! Finally, I like it. I like it. Truce has been called off. Here is the military buildings. As a Byzantine, I would have never allowed the Brit to surround me like this. I don't really see how the Byzantine could stand this right now, but let's look at the resources. He also, he has trash resources, but he doesn't have gold, he doesn't have stone, so that's something he didn't secure, and thus he has to fight this off with trash, which he might have a lot of, but still, you somehow first have to fend this off. And this region here is now already completely owned by the Brit, and he's getting close to the final castle. Whereas the Mongol has his king around here, and if the Frank should decide, you know what, the Mongol seems pretty weak, then the Mongol would be also done so, and then we would have a surprise Frank's finalist that nobody really counted with. We have sea drums coming. Sea drums being the eternal enemy of the Brits. Sea drums with helps and skirms could be a good combination actually against the Brits. Just the Brit will outlast the Byzantines so long because it just has 5 times the resources to constantly produce army. And the Franks kept doing nothing. If you would realize, he could immediately finish this guy off. No problem. Send your army in, GG. But he is so scared, he's sitting like a rabbit in his hole, hoping that storm will pass. The pop cap is 300. And the only one there is actually yellow. Orange struggling with being housed a lot. Red being at 130 pops since 1 million of years. And the Mongol, actually, I have to say, his tenacity is admirable. He is rebooming. He is trying to stay in there. He's trying to use the little space that he has as good as possible. And just admiring that the Byzantine finally went on his way. And hoping also that the Brit has just taking this burden off his shoulder. So, man, this Mongol player really has my respects. I'm going to be really honest here. This guy has my respects. This must have been so frustrating to actually ask yourself, why does the Brit not do anything? And now finally he gets the value out of his tenacity and out of his durability to maybe have the hope. Where's the Byzantine king? Where's the Byzantine king? Where's the Byzantine king? This castle was destroyed. Where's the Byzantine king? Where's the Byzantine? Does anyone see? Does anyone see? Where's the Byzantine king? I don't see it. I don't see any town centers or castles guarded, and that is the usual place to put it. I don't think the Byzantine guy puts it anywhere else. Is it here somewhere? No. No. Where's the king? Here. He's here. Okay, he's here. The Mongol and Franca. I don't know what the Franca is actually doing. The Franca is not advancing in pop really much. He's probably 1 TC booming to 300 pop. Slowly but surely. And this is now just the Eternal. You have to deplete him of his resources, which can actually take a while. So let's sit back and enjoy. British gold units against Byzantine trash. Let me just fix something here real fast with the hotkeys. Because I have the hotkeys on F5, F6, F7, which I don't need in this game. It will be quite irritating if I do this all the time. Okay, now we're back. So let's see who is left over. F5 is over, F6 is over, F7 is out, F4 is over, and F1 is over. F1 is obviously having a lot of gold, but despite of that, he doesn't have anything. So let's go F6 has wooden food quite a lot, and here we have 3,000 gold. So this is actually something you could deplete him, but he still has so much trash. Like, look at this resource. But his Q is actually it's insanely bad. Like, you should put here 20 production buildings at least and just spam it out. Just spam it out and just kill the enemy. The only problem is the unit choice of yellow is solid because against Byzantine trash, what helps is champs. Champs are fairly cheap gold-wise, and with supplies they're fairly cheap. Also food-wise, and with decent siege and champions, you will just wreck through it. And the core of longbows here also doing decent against the skirms and halberdiers. So this is something I don't see how the Byzantine can stop that. And the Byzantine being here with his king, also I don't really see. I think he probably will give up, and then it's just a question who yellow decides to kill next, and then it should be GG. It was about time. Did the king run? No, he was killed. He was killed, okay. Orange is dead. Congrats. That's good, I like that. I didn't see the king dying. But, well, he's dead. Long live the king. So now red goes in and says, okay, if I don't make my move now, I'm probably going to be killed by either green or yellow, and I don't want, so I'm just going to do all my army to put all my courage together and to go for the final move. So this, if red doesn't succeed here, probably he won't succeed at all. Here is the king. So why do you shoot this castle? Here's the king. So this is what red should have done a mile ago. And heads up to green. He is still staying in it. He's hoping, come on, yellow. I need you. I need you badly. So just get in here and save me, because this is my last hope. But the tenacity of this guy is admirable. So we will have, yes, and yellow did what I also suggested in between. I suggested a lot, and it was, how would you counter this? What do you mean? How would you counter what? Exactly. And there's the king. And he goes into the TC. He's in the TC. And here's the king. Here's the green king. Yes. And red saw it. But the king is fast. The king is fast. He throws everything in there. 57. He has a castle here. He has a castle here. He's going to fight it until the last man. He's just taking his time, and this is... he's putting up stone walls. How would you stop yellow? You have to stop him when he's building up. He had an 8 TC boom with no military at all. And that's where you have to hit him. You have to somehow get information on this. Like, he built a TC here, he built a TC here, and he built 5-6 TCs here. So that is something you have to just attack him earlier, and you have to have a backup plan. I think the moment the Portuguese and the blue player was gone was the moment where the Byzantine player should have turned around, because otherwise he was just at the mercy. He was just at the mercy of yellow all the time, and at some point the British guy dropped his satellite state, and that's it. So where's the Green King now? He's not in here. He's not in here. I lost track of the Green King. Where's the Green King? I don't quite see it. Here he is. He's running. He's running. Hiding. And hoping that yellow turns his attention to spies have leaked the knowledge of your king's location. So who did this? I didn't see. Probably yellow did. Yes, and here green falls, and that should be it. So that's it. Like, at this point, you can't stop yellow anymore. Like, the only one who could have stopped yellow would have been, like, red. Or actually a really, really strong build-up by orange. But green had no chance anymore. He didn't have the space. He did everything he could. But that's it. And yeah, this one is obviously decided. I would honestly say you are the two last gamers. You know it. So, and you know that red doesn't stand a chance. So get in here and just. But honestly, I'm going to be very honest here. Yellow doesn't play great. He lacks what I would call the deathmatch skill, to always let some villagers follow your army advancement and to refresh your production buildings, because he's producing partly from here and from here, which I will show you if he has any military production at all. There, he has no military production at all, but you see those units come from back here, and this is something that just take forever. So this is something where... And just don't let him occupy that space. Like, he's here, he is here, he is here. He's over here, he's over here. This is something you just can't let him expand like this. And now, yeah, it's... I'm gonna call it right here. Yellow wins. Obviously, resigned, which is the only sensible thing to do. GG. Obviously, combined with lots of stuff, but if you see here, there's also most units killed. The Mongol guy did really, really well against the Byzantine guy. The Byzantine obviously crashed, lost a lot. The Portuguese guy put himself a little bit too much on the platter here, and economy-wise, you see insanity going on here. Villager high of 222. I think 180, 200 is what you should anyway go for. Everybody else underboomed with 300 villagers. So you see this, and this is something that you can't let happen. And Sinada just engaged too hard on the Persian guy, where he should have had a little bit of peace there.